nutrition part. Hopefully you guys can hear me through my microphone that's right over here. If you can hear me, just let me know that in the comments below. That would be much appreciated. So, like I said, most people ask me how to have good nutrition, how to maximize my inputs so I can have better outputs in the gym or just in my overall day-to-day life. And nutrition is a very big part of it. I always said sleep is number one, nutrition comes second, third is the training, and fourth would be anything related to recovery, stretching, and whatnot. And today, I'm going to cover the nutrition part, and in another life, I'm going to cover anything that's related to working out. Because I've had a couple of people that ask me how to have proper nutrition, how to have better workouts, how to have better sleep. So I'm going to give you three pointers on better sleep. Okay? So, my point number one when it comes to nutrition, if you want to gain weight, you're going to be in a calorie surplus. And what that means is you always have a BMI, which, for example, if your BMI, which is basal metabolism, basal metabolism rate, you always want to be higher in your calories than what your BMR is actually. So when it comes to calculating this, it's super simple. For myself, I use the revised equation of Harris-Benedict. You only have to put your age, your weight in pounds, and your height in inches. So then you'll be able to complete the equation and then have the proper amount of calories you need every single day to keep the same amount of weight. And according to that, to gain weight, you want to have about 500 calories and over. So let's say you have a BMR of 2,000 calories. You want to be at 2,000, 2,500, okay? So 2,500 calories, that's going to be basically what you're going to have to achieve on a day-to-day basis in order to increase your mass, increase your body, not your body composure, but your weight. All right. On the contrary, if you want to lose weight, the goal will be to ease my fab streamer. Thank you, a long time. Thank you. It means a lot. Let's go. I'm covering nutrition parts over here, so definitely stay tuned. Stay on the live, okay? So I just covered for anyone who wants to lose weight. Now it's for anyone, actually to gain weight. Now it's for anyone who wants to lose weight. All right. So like I said, you want to have the revised equation of Harris-Benedict. All right. So if you type this down in Google, revised equation of Harris-Benedict, you're going to need your age, your height in inches, and your weight in pounds, and obviously your sex. So if you're a man or woman. And with the BMR that you're going to get, which is going to equate to a certain amount of calories, and I'm going to put as 1,000, but maybe slow down. Am I speaking too fast? Anyway, you can always rewatch it, okay? So, as I said, if you want to lose weight, let's say your BMR is 2,000 calories, which means you need to eat 2,000 calories every single day. It's going to be about 1,500 calories in a calorie deficit. So if you want to lose weight, calorie deficit, you got to cut down 500 calories. All right? So 2,000, you're at 1,500. You should be fine until you find a plateau. Now, pay attention to this. Either if you want to gain weight or lose weight, at some point, because you're completely natural, and I assume most of you guys are going to do it naturally, not injecting yourself with peptides or any steroids. The goal is going to be to pay attention to the plateau. So whenever you get to a plateau, you're going to have to adjust the amount of calories you're going to eat on a day-to-day basis. Before that, you're going to keep the same amount of calories, and after that, once you reach a plateau, you need to adjust. So for example, you want to lose weight, your calorie deficit of 500 calories, you were 2,000, now you're at 1,500. Now at 1,500, you hit a plateau. Now you're gonna have to decrease the amount of calories you ingest in your body to lose weight even more. So if you have, let's say, 1,500 calories and you hit a plateau, now you're gonna have to go to 1,400. Which, by the way, there's not a lot of people that are gonna get to 1,400. Okay, so whenever you're going to have to go down, keep in mind, if you hit a plateau, go down, okay? If you gain weight, if you want to gain weight, you're going to have to increase the amount of calories. So let's say you're at 2,000 BMR, that's the basal metabolism rate. In order to keep the same weight every single day, you're going to have to go to 2,500 calories a single day. And if you hit a plateau, then you're going to have to go to 2,600, maybe 2,700, all right? And whenever you're going to do a workout or you're going to lose calories, it's going to be super important that you accounted your workout for, okay? So any calories you lose while working out, walking, or doing any physical activity that you're going to spend calories, it's going to be super important to eat a little bit more. When you lose weight, it's not that much of a trouble because your goal is basically to lose, you have as little as calories as possible while being healthy. But, when it comes to gaining weight, obviously, you're going to have to make sure that you're always in a calorie surplus, so you're going to have to get yourself maybe an extra snack. All right? So let's say now you hit a plateau, you're at 2,500, you're going to have to go to 2,700 maybe. Okay? Now, third point. So there's the first point was about people losing weight. Second point about people gaining weight. Third point, or I may have confused this, maybe it was one backwards. But the third point, now it's going to be the food, the different elements that has lots of calories, but not a lot of protein for the amount of calories, and not a lot of calories, but there's lots of protein. Okay? So we're going to start with the easiest one. If you take anything that has lots of protein, chicken, turkey, steak, salmon, any fish, okay, any meat, this is golden. Okay? Whenever you want to lose weight, I would highly suggest that you eat as much meat as you can. Okay, don't make yourself throw up, obviously, but don't make yourself throw up, but eat food that has high amount of protein, little amount of calories for the amount of protein. All right. And I would add as well, if you want to, let's say you drink water, right? Water, 0 calories. We all know that. If you want to have a little compromise, because at some point you might be tired of just drinking water, liters and liters of water, you could mix your water with Crystal Light or Mio or any adhesion that has little to no amount of calories. All right. I think Crystal Light, it's like for a packet. I think it's 10 calories. It's absolutely nothing. So I would highly suggest that you take advantage of that. All right. And now after, if we're gonna go on if you want to gain weight. All right. So the food that has a lot of calories but not a lot of protein for the amount of calories, nuts, peanut butter. I would say avocado, good fat. All right. I would say avocado in both. If you want to lose weight, if you want to gain weight, it's good fat. You know, it's super. It's very useful, very helpful. But any what else? Any like if you want to go a little bit like not dirty bulking, but if you want to go outside of the trenches and you could eat a little bit, ice cream, cookies, anything that's oh, that's my girlfriend's workplace over there. But anyway, so anything that, and you can always check this on the nutritional value at the back of any element. Okay, so whenever you're unsure, check the amount of calories you have. If you go check, for example, peanut butter, it's packed with calories. A small chunk, like a 25 cent, this is literally 100 calories. It's this. That's a lot. Okay, it's this small. Okay, but if you take, for example, popcorn, you're gonna have a huge amount of popcorn compared to the amount of peanut butter to get 100 calories. So it's all about choosing the right food for your goals. So keep that in mind. If you want to cut, choose the element that has the most amount of protein for as little as calories. And if you want to lose weight, did I just gain weight? Hold on. Oh, I'm just gonna rewind. Okay. If you want to lose weight, you're gonna have to make use of the element that has high amount of protein, little amount of calories, and on the contrary, if you want to gain weight, little amount of calories. Sorry, um, high amount of calories and little amount of protein. And I'm not saying that protein is not important when you're bulking. Like it's super important. It's even more important when you want to gain weight. But obviously, you're gonna have to take more. You're gonna have to take more portions, more. Uh, the quantities of all your elements are going to have to be a lot more. Okay? So, to wrap this up before I get to my partner's place, three things. If you want to gain weight, be in a calorie surplus, 500 calories approximately. If you want to lose weight, be in a calorie deficit. Okay? So, 500 calories less. And if if you for the food, if you want to gain weight, high amount of calories, I would say less amount of protein, but make sure you look at the amount of calories. And if you want to lose weight, this is crucial. High amount of calories, little amount of protein per 100 grams. Okay? Or for a tablespoon, teaspoon, whatever the measure is at the back of the bag on the nutritional value. All right. So if you found this helpful, if you found this useful, share my channel with maybe one friend or two. That would mean the world to me. Trying to help as many people as possible to be healthy, especially adults, but anyone who's watching. And make sure, guys, to leave a subscribe, leave a thumbs up as well, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream very, very soon. All right. Happy Wednesday. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay true to your 2026 resolution. It's Coach Raph signing off. Okay. Take care, guys.